Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in the city of Westfield. I am recording this right after the last part. So in the last part, we worked on building out this, oh my God, the floods. We worked on building out this water treatment plant. And just kind of changed the port around a bit. We moved this port from this half over here to this new area and just kind of made this feel like a more complete and substantial port than it was before. So we're still dealing with some light flooding. This train line, although it still works, is currently submerged. These trash processing facilities are also a little bit covered in water, and then it looks like we're getting a little bit of extra water jumping up and down. So we're just going to go ahead and turn this on. Let some things flood, let it get itself situated, and then we'll be okay. What I want to do today, maybe work a bit more on this port. Was looking at, as I was building our port last time, was just kind of looking at the different buildings that we haven't built yet. And there are a lot of factories that we haven't yet built. So what I think I want to do is kind of rework this area of Port Aleutian. So we have, this is the toy factory. We have a toy factory here. We have that's fish. And then we have this factory here, the households plastics factory. So we have these two factories here next to each other. What I want to do is, instead of just having these two and then all this regular industry, I really want to find a way to fit in this one right here, the soft paper factory. So it's going to use feed or crops from our farming industry, paper, petroleum, and plastic, which we have all of those, and it's quite beefy. But this would be such a nice, almost like monument in this area, and it could fit sideways in this section, or maybe we flip it the other way so it would be going, I want it this way. Can we fake this? Yeah, so I want it to go this direction with the road coming off down here. And then with that, I want to also think about putting in maybe the sneaker factory, which uses the exact same materials. And where is the printing press? We could do the printing press as well as the furniture factory. We have a bakery, which, although I know it does do a little bit polluting, I do want to try to find a way to put the bakery inside the city or a little bit closer to the people, just because I want to have that idea of, a neighborhood smells like whatever is happening at that local bakery. So let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at this. I was just fast forwarding it just to try to get the flooding to stop. And it looks like we've stopped flooding here. How are we doing over this way? This is still underwater, but it looks like it's gone down, and this is no longer flooded. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just slow this down. I think I really am gonna just kind of tear a bunch of stuff out and then go from there. I do know, oh yeah, our university is actually, I'm glad this popped up, slowly becoming worse. I think we went from acclaimed to renowned. I think we're only a level 3. Yeah, we're a level 3 now, and it's all because of the students. If we go look at education, which of course, there we go. We have this Ashley Darby Academy of the Arts right here, which connects over to Chester Park with all of our stadiums. But we also have this stadium, or this university here, as well as the new one that we had put over on this side of the city. And because of that, it's just pulled a lot of the population from Ashley Darby University. I'm not too pressed about it. We've unlocked everything already for this university, and it's doing fine. We have more than enough access to education. So I'm just going to kind of leave it. I'm fine with that. I'm not too concerned. Presently, we do have a medium warehouse of plastics and a small warehouse of petroleum, paper, and what is this one? Plains timber. So I want to actually change these to larger warehouses. I kind of just want to delete all of the zoning that's here. Let's build 2 more large warehouses. Or medium warehouses. Let's build 2 more, and we're going to face them onto this road here. So we'll put 1 here. We'll leave a double space in the middle for a road to go between them. And then I actually want to switch all of these over to these back roads to the industry roads. We'll bring this straight on down. I'm thinking right behind this road, let's go ahead and put down a parking lot. And I just wanted to do a little bit more work on this area before we moved on to another section of the city. This area has been kind of lacking for always, and I want to have this a bit more fleshed out before I move on permanently and kind of forget about it. I'm just going to anarchy that road in there because that's totally enough space to get beside that factory. So now let's replace all those jobs. So this one is our plastics. I would love to go ahead and put the paper and the planed timber. So let's go ahead and set both of these to empty. And then this one here, we're gonna do paper. No, that's flour. We need to start making flour too, and I need to work on, it's one of the ideas that we have for a potential future episode, which you guys are going to be voting on in the episode that's going out on Thursday, is expanding our farming industry to do some kind of farming suburb down here, which I think is something that we definitely should think about doing. These guys are both set to balance. Let's set these to fill. That way there's going to be more than enough materials there for the factories. All right, so these guys are emptying. Now I realize that they're not probably gonna take it from here and then drop it off to the new ones, although they might be. You've got medium warehouse, small warehouse. Okay, so we are delivering to this other warehouse. Perfect. I didn't want them to sell everything right away. So these guys will be emptying out. Now let's think about where we can put this large factory. I really would love if I had this road come forward. Can the factory fit right on this road? We also have this one, the petroleum refinery, which is great. It's huge and is definitely something we can build, but I really want this one over here. I don't think I've ever built this factory before, the soft paper factory. Okay, so this doesn't work here, and I want to be mindful of how many intersections I have on this road. Now how does this fit in here? Ooh, it fits perfectly. Like, I'm a huge fan of this factory. All right, let's actually take this, turn this into a one-way kind of loop around the factory, and then the factory can just be positioned kind of off of this road. Now center would be right here, which is slightly like clipping, but it's not something I think I'm too worried about. And I think I do want it centered. How does that look? Oh my gosh. Look at this. Yes. You're just driving down the highway and you're passing this like massive factory. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we've got this here. It has a fence along the edge, which is great. And now what I want to do is we need to make sure we have everything over here that is filling this. So we've got, I think, paper, petroleum, and plastic are all covered. What we don't have over here are crops. So if we look here, this is a small barn, can do crops. I really want like the large barn or even this like large grain silo, but we're not there just yet. So let's do this small barn. I wouldn't mind putting it kind of near this factory. So maybe we'll put the small barn, we'll put two of them. Let's put them next to each other side by side. And then let's do a little path kind of around them. Just give it a little bit of extra detail. And it's just one of those days where like after building the port itself over there, the water treatment, I just wanted to do a little bit more around here. So we're just gonna take our time and just enjoy building in this area. Okay, so we're not yet connected. Oh, we're so close. I might just build in this extra line, even though we're not gonna need it forever. Can this cross though? I don't think this can cross over without like intersecting the line. Is that high enough? No. No, there's no way. All right, so then let's do it this way instead. We'll come right across the front here. If we came right to the middle, just like that, and then brought this straight on through. Now this is all powered up. Let's check our traffic. Do we have people coming to drop off? Yes, so we've got people coming to drop off. What is this? Crops to this area. I keep forgetting what this symbol is. Okay, so we've got people coming to drop off crops. And if we look, we've got people coming from, so someone is coming on this port. They're dropping off crops here, driving it down the highway and dropping it off there. But we also, do we have people coming from our farm area? Not a ton coming from our farm area. These are all set to fill because these are feeding these areas. Let's set them to balanced instead of fill. And that way there will be enough food here to feed the cows, but the rest of it can be used for either the factories over here or be shipped out of the city. Are these guys empty? They are, so let's get rid of these. And I know we did like all this little detailing over here. It's gotta go. Then we have this here, which is our small petroleum warehouse. Now, the rest of them have become medium-sized. And because we're going to be using them for a few factories, I want to make sure I have enough of those resources over here. So this one takes paper, petroleum, plastic. This one takes petroleum and plastic. This one also takes plastic. And then the other ones that I wanted to build, where's the sneaker factory? Takes petroleum, paper, plastic, crops. Printing press takes paper, plastic, furniture, paper, planes, timber. I would love to upgrade at least one, maybe I think the plastic, to the really, really large warehouse. So let's think about moving some of these factories over. This small household plastics factory could fit right along here. Could we fit it if I anarchied this in here? What does that look like against the back? Totally fine. Why don't we put the small plastics factory there? And I'm going to go ahead really quick and just erase the terrain paint that we had in here, just so that I can see what we're working with. If I have this really big guy, the entrance is on that road. Okay, so we could put it like facing this way, or even potentially facing, it's going to be too big for facing this area. It's not going to work here either. Okay, I have another idea. Hold on. Let's do a little bit more reworking. We're going to spend tons of money today, and that's okay. We're going to turn this to face in onto this road here. I think it's against this side. Let's just erase all of this. Okay. And then we will take, we're on only one, so we're not like zipping through time or anything, which is good. We'll bring this guy straight on down. Let's go ahead and delete this, because we could then have the larger factory along the back. So we're going to actually move this once again. I know we just moved it before, but let's put that back where it was. And let's delete those two. Can this parking lot maybe sneak in here? It can. I would like to maybe put it off of the back road. We might have to use move it for this, but let's go ahead and just kind of scooch it over. Then this is our paper mill. Let's just move this for now. It's going to be moved somewhere like that makes no sense. Don't worry about it. We're going to fix it in a sec, but I want to make a really big warehouse for our plastics. So let's go ahead and put this warehouse right here. I'm going to leave, I think, you know what? I'm only going to leave one space. I wanted to put a path around, but I might put a path along this edge here. So we're going to put this guy here, this large warehouse. We're going to take the plastics, set this to plastics, fill, and let's set this to empty. And this currently has 30 freight trucks. So now all 30 of those freight trucks are going to start popping out of here, right here. And they're going to just move the plastics from here over to here. And then let's also, I don't think I want a light on this. So let's just turn a light off for now. I might even put a little roundabout. Why not? What if we put in, do I have the 2-lane industry road? Small industry. Let's put a little roundabout. Close. Oh wait, what just happened? Oh, close, there we go. I do want to, just while we're letting that plastics factory empty out, do want to move or cover all this here with concrete again. I think that did look nice, just having that along the edge. Do we need this power? Oh, it was connecting things together, but it looks like, actually no, nothing is touching this. So that we do actually still need that piece there. So we'll keep her. This is moving. Is this almost empty? I just don't want to change what should be in there and end up deleting the resources we've already collected. All right, 0%. Now let's go ahead and change this. So we'll move the petroleum into here, and we'll do this to fill. Then we'll change this petroleum to empty. This has 20 trucks, and these 20 trucks are going to start popping out of here, scooting over this way, and filling this guy with petroleum, which is great. So there they go, which will free up this plot of land, and then we will move this medium warehouse. We could even move this like right next door. What does that look like in terms of the... Yeah, that's just fine. Why not? Let's put that right next door. So we've got all these warehouses here just kind of hanging out together. Let's move this parking lot to this area here. So just like we did before, we're going to move this here, and then we're going to just scoot it over one. There we go. Industry-wise, I think we're producing like tons of plastics. Yeah, we're producing tons of plastics. We're producing tons of crops, 16 tons, and they don't sell for much, but we're producing tons of them. And then we're producing tons of paper goods. So why don't we go ahead and try with all the storage that we have set up over here? Let's try to bump this up to 150% production. And let's just see what happens there. But I think if we can get these factories working smoothly, we can really change these finances for the positive. Okay. This one has been emptied. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's get rid of this road. Then we've got, you need some paper. We've got paper right over here. And let's think about our next factory that we want to put in here. So we've put in the big guy. We did also want to add in this sneaker factory. So the sneaker factory cost $1,920 per week. And we need paper, petroleum, plastic, and crops. We could maybe even fit this behind this other factory. Oh, we're just off. What would it look like if we anarchied that in there? It would look just fine. Yeah, it's barely, they're not actually even hitting each other. There's still a space in between them. So let's put the sneaker factory right there. I think that looks good. Right behind the large warehouse. Do we need a factory? I guess I assume we sell these the moment that we finish with them. So I don't actually think that we need any kind of storage for the refined goods that these make. Do we want to build these other ones? So this one is the printing press. We could fit some of these over this way. If I turned anarchy off here, I wonder about moving some of these. Like this is a bit smaller. So this toy factory could face out to the docks. What is this? This is the fish factory. So it's collecting these fish here and processing those. Why don't let's move this fish factory for now, just to somewhere else. It doesn't really matter where. Just somewhere out of the way. And let's remove these roads. We're gonna actually pause this because I'm really gonna mess this up, I think. Okay, so let's extend this road straight on down. And then let's move, so what is this? Household plastics. Let's move household plastics here. And then since it's the same size as this printing press, let's put them next to each other. We'll leave a space in the middle. Right there, we can put a nice path. There we go. Okay, and then let's think about how we want to connect the rest. This road here could come out. Frankly, it could come straight out and connect there. I don't know if I want it to do that. That would be a funky intersection. But it does work. So we could put that there. We've got these two together. It did delete my path, so we would need to re-add that along the back. And then let's grab this fish factory, which could then be placed right here. I don't know why it is like so finicky today. We're gonna just force that in here. Let's actually move it over just one. There we go. We've got the toy factory. What other factories do we want to put in here? Anything? I want to move the bakery somewhere else, but we could also put the furniture factory down in this area somewhere. I'm wondering if we rework this area back here. So these solar updraft towers Power output 300 megawatts each. This is 800 megawatts for one. So one of these is more than double two of these. So let's go ahead and bring up our power. And let's go ahead and ditch these three. Let's see what that does. If I turned off anarchy, can this fit in here just fine? It can. So let's put in two of these. I don't want it that close to the highway, so maybe we'll scoot it over a little bit. We'll put one there, and then we'll put a second one right next door. If I hit play, where does that put our power? More than enough. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and ditch the roads. Let's bring everything back a little bit. I wouldn't actually mind maybe having a road go all the way around. So let's actually move this. Okay, so now we have fit all of these things in here, which is fantastic. So we've got our power plants right here up to the key. Both here, they look really nice. Love the detail on those. Then we've got our waste processing complex. Now we can get rid of this power line. We've got tons of factories over here, and we can now fit in, what is this one here? The furniture factory. So we're going to put the furniture factory, I think, right here at the front. I don't think it needs to be any further back. We'll put it here at the front, and behind it is where we're going to also, I think, maybe change around our fire and police a bit. So let's grab the larger police station. I want it in the corner, so let's place this down. And then we're just going to scoot it over. Just like that, so you can kind of see as you're coming in, like, oh, there's the police. And then we'll put in a parking lot right next to it. Actually, we'll put a double parking lot next to it. I don't want to add in this bakery like I mentioned, and then there's a lot of these other ones, which I need a level 5 ore industry. That's forestry. We're going to get to this. So what is this one? This is the modular house factory. Food factory, level 5 farming. We don't have any ore industry in the city right now. Clothing factory, lemonade factory. What is this one? Okay, so we've got a number of factories for our farming. So once we end up upgrading our farming by adding this extra suburb, I think over here we can put some additional factories as well. Tons of traffic in this area because this is just a really happening port. So now that we've got all of this set up, it looks like some things are missing some goods, but we do have this guy running, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and start creating or start detailing this whole area. Okay, so this is the finished Aleutian Port. We have kind of reworked a lot of it here and added in some more trees just to kind of hide the port itself from the people living and working in these areas. But if you notice, a lot of the traffic has kind of fixed itself now that we've set up all of these businesses and these production facilities. Now that the initial influx of people and influx of goods has stopped, this area is really starting to come along nicely. I did switch all of these over to balanced instead of fill a little bit ago, a little while back. So that saw a ton of traffic coming in and out, but I think that's actually just a little bit better all around. And it seems to have kind of leveled out some of our factories to where, excluding this paper factory here, they're kind of a little bit more consistent with how many of the different resources are filled at once, which is telling me that the transportation into this area and the goods delivery is working as long as all of these different resources are at the same level. At the same time. So this whole area here is looking nice. I added a big rock here in the middle. I don't ever get to use some of these larger pieces, as well as just some fences and hid some paths within the gray painted area. Over here we put in just a little bit of detailing in terms of ports, as well as some trash facilities here. And then on this side, we didn't do much of anything other than I just kind of worked on the roads a bit in terms of the lanes and priority, just so that all the traffic here can flow as nicely as it can, given how much is happening over there. But it looks fantastic, and now it feels like this area is actually kind of finished. We do have a little bit of room here for expansion, as well as these roads that we can connect over if we need to. There are pockets here and there that we could fill with additional buildings as needed. So if there's anything that we should add in here that I didn't think of, let me know in the comments below and we can totally fit it in. There's definitely enough space for that. All right, I think that's where we're going to leave this part here. This port is looking great and actually just fits really well with the rest of this city. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys want to do next. So in the last part, I'd put up idea 1, which would be some city suburbs. Idea 2 would be some farming suburbs. Idea 3 would be kind of reworking the forestry industry that we have here. And then idea 4 would be the rockets. So let me know if you haven't already in the comments below what you want to see in the next part. And let me know what you guys think of this updated port now that we have really started building out those factories and just kind of using all of the buildings that we've unlocked with our different industries. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one.